Everyone, please forgive me because I'm about to make the same video that I just made, because now, hopefully, individuals are willing to listen to me now. Hopefully, now individuals are going to give me the credit I deserve and stop this train that I just don't know basketball, because I have predicted the future yet again, and I want the accolades. I want the respect. I want the pat on the back. I want some form of acknowledgement for this shenanigans. A week ago, and we're not going to hit the Bobby Shmurda because some of y'all are so young, you don't even remember that, which is insane. But listen, about a week ago, I lied. Sorry. Okay, so about a week ago, we made a video talking about how the Brooklyn Nets are arguably the most balanced team in the entire NBA, right? Not even 2 weeks later, we're seeing that Captain Wilson and Captain Clowney are going nuts in the Summer League. I mean, absolute nutso in the Summer League. Now, I will be the first one to remind everyone, I don't watch the Summer League. I don't care. Right now, it's WNBA time. The kid is covering the Atlanta Dream right now. I don't care. But I will say that I keep up with the highlights to a certain extent. Unlike seasons of the past, I actually follow several Brooklyn Nets pages on Twitter, and I'm subscribed to Locked On Nets or whatever, which has been a painful experience, but and the main reason why I came back, because my God, that's what y'all were left with. I'll never leave again, I promise. But I just think it's so interesting how narratives change. Because I'm going to break this down for you. There are two specific parts of the Brooklyn Nets fan base at this point. We've gotten all the stands out the way. I guess I'm a Cam Thomas stan, sure. But we've gotten all the nasty stands of superstars out of the way. All that is left is just the fans of the Brooklyn Nets. So we are divided by two different sides. You've got side one, right? Side over here, where y'all are just obsessed with draft picks and tanking and getting Cooper Flag and all that fun stuff, right? Then there's the other side of the fence that are just normal Brooklyn Nets, and yes, I know this is biased, I don't care, that are just normal Brooklyn Nets fans that just want the team to do good. Now, there is an acknowledgement on this side that it would make sense to tank and get the best possible result, but then that's where logic kicks in, and we are aware that if you have the worst record, that does not mathematically mean you get the highest draft pick. I don't understand why that is being lost on so many different people in our year of 2024. I don't understand it. Now, I can understand if you don't understand the second apron thing, because I've read about 30 deep dives on it and I still don't get it. Like, I get that part. But if you don't understand at this point that just because we have the lowest amount of wins at the end of the year, it does not automatically result in the number one pick, it is absolutely beyond me. We just saw the Atlanta Hawks. We just saw the Hawks get the number one pick. Did they have the worst record? Now, granted, it felt like it at times, but they did not. All we have to do is be in the bottomish tier, and even still, there are times where you can be like that, like fringe, like, oh, they might make the play-in, oh, they might not, where they will indeed possibly win the draft lottery. And as y'all like to just harp into the ground, oh, they're in control of their picks. They're in control of their picks. They're in control of their picks. So I don't see what's wrong with the team being successful. I don't see what, and I want to define success for a second. I'm not saying successful in the sense of the word where it's like we're going to go out there and we're going to make the playoffs or we're going to get in the play-in. I think it is possible to do both with the pure amount of talent we have on the team. But if it were to happen, which, could not, we don't know. If it were to happen, I don't see that as the end of the world. Because what a lot of people are forgetting is we already did that episode. And I don't know how many more times I have to remind y'all, we already did that episode. We already drafted Cam. We already drafted Claxton. We already drafted Noah. We already drafted Jalen. Some of y'all are still holding out for Whitehead or whatever. Like, we already drafted these individuals. That part of the show is over. That part of the DLC is over. We've already finished that campaign, and y'all need to move on. Wake up and smell the bacon, if you will. These are the good times. And I'm going to keep saying that all summer long because y'all have lost the plot again. We already have an assortment of individuals we drafted that are incredible and amazing. We already did that. For those of you that are watching the Summer League or keeping up with it like me, you see exactly what I was talking about how it is that the team is perfectly balanced and just about every check mark has been ticked. I'm hearing rumblings of we're going to get that guy that was waived from the Pistons or whatever so he can run the offense or whatever. They're still tweeting about Schroeder, so I don't know if he's coming back. I don't know. We still have Ben Simmons, who I admittedly forget is on the team, but just in terms of balance and individuals who can just run an offense, we still have the necessary tools to do so. What did Kevin Durant say before he left? It's a wings league. And while that was cliche and I ignored it because I hate him, let's not forget what that means. Let's not really forget what that means. Look at what the Celtics just did. And God, I hate the Celtics, but just follow me here for a second. If you have an assortment of 3-and-D individuals who are super switchable, and you know what, I'm going to stop using cliches, I'm going to stop using buzzwords, because I think some of you genuinely do not understand what that means, and that's not an insult, that's me just keeping it a thowie. I think some of y'all genuinely don't know what we're talking about when we say things like balanced and switchable and 3-and-D and all these other buzzwords. So I won't treat this like a presidential debate and just throw a bunch of random things at you. You know, I'm going to break this down to the most elementary way possible to get y'all to understand how good of a position the Nets are in right now and why who cares the draft position, because we've already done that episode. Okay, let's look at a Cam Thomas. We all know who Cam Thomas is. Unguardable offensive dynamo that has the ability to play make on the low, and when he wants to, he'll play some defense. So you've checked off that box. You've got a guard that can, do guardy things, right? You move over to let's start with Jalen, right? Jalen is able to not only hit an open shot, right? He's able to create off the dribble if need be, get a little mid-range every now. He got to work on it, but every now and again, get to the cup off a fast break or just straight take someone off the dribble to get to the basket. Now, while that is far from the definition of a 3-level scorer, I will say that that is an incredible thing to have at your 3 or occasional big 2. I would definitely say 3 to 4 or 5, but that's neither here nor there. And that's what we mean by switchable individuals. You have someone who can play arguably 2 through 5. Again, I'm breaking it down into pure English for y'all. This individual, Jalen Wilson, is it Wilson? Yeah. Jalen Wilson, I'm pretty sure we're going to stick with that. Jalen Wilson is capable of playing shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. That means that when we're playing defense, regardless who he needs to guard, he's going to be able to handle himself because defensively, he's got the length, he's got the range. You know what I mean? Let me explain it better because I feel like I'm going over your head again. We'll keep it to strictly offense. That means, right? So everything I just said, he can play 2 through 5, right? And 2 is a shooting guard, 3 is a small forward, 4 is a power forward, 5 is a center. So position 2 through position 5, right? That type of versatility, and versatility means ability to do multiple things in this context, means that when he is on the floor, regardless who is guarding him, he is going to be able to contribute positively to the offense. If you've got a shooting guard on him, he's cooking. If you've got a small forward on him, he's cooking. If you've got a power forward on him, he's cooking. If you've got a center on him, he's cooking. The centers are too big and slow to keep up with him and are not going to come out to contest the jumper. Same thing with a power forward. He's significantly quicker, and while they may try to come out, a simple pump fake to the rim types, you know what I mean? Just make sure you dribble first, you know what I mean? But you know, we'll be fine. Another small forward, I'd like to think his talent alone is enough to win the battle, especially if he's cutting or just getting over to those open spots. The situation will handle itself, especially when you have a Cam Thomas out there who will demand so much attention from the defense. We call that gravity, right? Again, I'm breaking everything down for y'all because I need y'all to understand this, because I'm really getting tired of y'all missing the point. Now, everything I just said about I'm saying about, that's how you know I'm serious. I'm not even in character anymore. Everything I just said about Jalen Wilson, you can just pick that up and drop that on Noah Clowney. Only he's taller. So now those small forwards are really getting cooked. Now those shooting guards are really getting cooked. Now, I don't really think Clowney is going to play much shooting guard, but no one can stop him. The real bigs are going to be too slow to keep up with him. And a perfect example, let's say you've got a Jokic on him, right? Jokic is too fat and slow to keep up with the antics and the motion of Clowney. Whoever they try to put, Şengün or whoever, too slow. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's what makes individuals like that so important. And again, you have him at the 4. So you have two people. That's what switchable means. You have two individuals who are switchable, who offensively are going to be able to shoot, get their own shot, do a little something in the mid-range, be active off the cuts and the back doors and the lobs and all that shit. All the stuff you would want from something that would be considered a wing, those two individuals have. And we drafted them. We already know what it is with Claxton. We don't need to explain that. So I just named for you 4 people in our projected, it better be projected starting lineups that is perfectly balanced. And we are seeing dominate in the Summer League. Now, I want all of you to tell me, where does Cooper Flagg fit in that? Are y'all ready to have a real conversation? Are y'all ready to have a real conversation? Or are we just going to be hype beasts this summer? Because I'm here to be real. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. Maybe you won't hear it from these other outlets or whatever, but you're going to hear it from Nets Republic. You're going to hear it from me. We have everything we need. They just need to develop into whatever they're going to be. And it is as simple as that. Because let's not forget, let's say you draft some generational talent. There is going to be a time period where you're going to need to fit them into the equation you already have. Chemistry is going to be an issue. I just told you that our 2 most attractive pieces that no one is even talking about like that, because there's going to be such a hyper focus on Cam Thomas and Claxton. I'm just telling you that 2 more pieces of the equation that are going to be Celtics roster level difference makers are playing together right now in the Summer League, getting more chemistry. And y'all want to try to tell me something about a draft pick we haven't even gotten yet. Y'all want to talk to me about y'all want to lose a bunch of games instead of developing this core that we have. Have y'all learned nothing? Now, I get the last time we tried this, and I say we very loosely because I wasn't here for it, but I remember the last time y'all tried this, you didn't have any picks. You gave them to the Celtics. I get it. But don't be tantalized at the fact that we have all these picks. If anything, If you want to draft whatever is available to help what we need and just go the full youth route, by all means, go ahead. But purposefully losing games and ruining the culture and chemistry of this team that we have acquired through the draft, that we have accidentally happened upon, you want to ruin that by purposefully losing games for a pick that we're not even guaranteed. How can you call yourself a Nets fan? And I know you shouldn't say stuff like that because it alienates individuals, but I just got to keep it all the way 1,000 because I'm sick of it. There is no reason why we are all not collectively in season mode on 2K, just running it up, having a ball. There's just no we have everything we need right here. They're already here. And this time we can't even get confused with, oh, could Mikal be a superstar? The role players are clear role players. And even if you were to keep I forgot man's name, Cam Johnson, even if you were to keep him just as a vet, just to come off the bench and fill the Joe Harris position, you feel me? Shoot. Somebody gets hurt, he comes in, does his alleged 3-and-D stuff. You want to keep a Finney Smith, again, just to be another veteran voice or presence, or if someone gets hurt, you got someone to crack the glass on. I don't see why not. I don't understand why there is this constant back and forth of Nets fans between the two different parties where we should just be happy. We should just be enjoying the ride, enjoy the show. Stop complaining and enjoy the show. For the first time in the entire 5 years I've covered this team, we finally have an opportunity. Seasons, not years. I think this is year 4, season 5. We finally have an opportunity to not be stressed over lofty expectations and just let the chips fall where they may in terms of the draft. You know Sean Marks is going to trade those picks anyway, so who cares? Just enjoy the ride, and let's all hope and pray that Sean don't blow up the team randomly on some disgruntled superstar. You know, let's just hope and pray for that. Now, gosh dang it, I don't want to have this conversation with y'all again. Y'all be happy. Now, I'm going to be in New York this weekend. I'm going to be chilling, handling my business. The kid got a show, so I'm going to be in New York. You can catch me getting every net fitted I can possibly find. Don't you let me see any of y'all walking around the streets like this. You better put your chin up. You better put your chin up. This is a time of joy and celebration and optimism. Put your chin up.